the BBC head Tim Davie resigns after doctored footage of Trump's January 6th speech in documentary. Here you go. Here's the story.
Well, it's the biggest story in town. It turns out American President Donald Trump was onto something.
Where are you from?
BBC.
Okay. Here's another beauty.
It's a good line. Impartial, free and fair.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that criticism of the BBC and John Sopel, who was talking to there, apparently was well-founded, because the so-called impartial and accurate public service broadcaster is nothing but.
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President...
Because tonight the BBC is facing serious questions over its credibility after the Daily Telegraph exposed a panorama segment that heavily doctored a speech by the American president in 2021, hours before the infamous January the 6th Capitol riot. As you're about to hear, the corporation spliced together two quotes 1 hour apart to make it seem like he encouraged an insurrection.
You know, it's pretty interesting. I keep hearing how bad Trump is. And if Trump is so bad, why do they have to keep manipulating things to make him look bad? If he's so bad, why don't you just play what he says?
They played the following clip.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell.
But Trump didn't, in fact, say this at all. The BBC spliced together two clips that took place 54 minutes apart.
Incredible. And this is why you have so many people that run with this anti-Trump narrative, because they're too stupid to do the slightest bit of research. They believe what daddy media tells them. They don't question anything. They just run with it.
So let's go through it again.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
Now, see there, between Capitol and, that's a cut. Here's what Trump actually said.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
Wow. That is, dude, this is actually criminal. Like, that is absolutely criminal what this person did. What they did is criminal. That is next level. That's unbelievable.
It's different. It wasn't until nearly an hour later that he then said the second part of the BBC's version.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we fight.
Wow.
We fight like hell.
That is damning stuff. Now, this, of course, is coming from the holier-than-thou BBC that even has its own so-called fact-checking service named BBC Verify that they claim counters disinformation. Oh, the irony.
Unbelievable. That's the media for you right there. So the BBC busted, and someone in the chat says, do you think this is the first time? And I know you're asking sarcastically, and we know it's not the first time. This is something they've done time and time and time again. Man, it's disgusting when you see it like that. But that's what it leads us to, this level of Trump derangement syndrome. That's where it is. It's disgusting, but not surprising at all. Not even the slightest bit surprising. So the top people in the BBC, including Tim Davie, the boss, are all quitting, getting fired because they were caught doctoring my very good, perfect speech of January 6th. I love how Trump calls his speech a perfect speech. Remember when he used to call it a perfect phone call? Now he's like, it's a perfect speech. Thank you to the Telegraph for exposing these corrupt journalists. These are very dishonest people who tried to step on the scales of the presidential election. On top of everything else, they are from a foreign country, one that many consider our #1 ally. What a terrible thing for democracy. I'm telling you right now, like, if you know what you're reading here with what Trump is saying, Trump's getting ready to make the case because they stole his 2020 election. that's why he's going to be a run for 2028. That I'm just telling you, that's where he's going. That's where he's going. That's what Trump is going to do. He's going to make a case that since they stole 2020, he's going to build the case that this is why he can run in 2028. That's my prediction right there.